All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dr. Mankota, and today we get another very important discussion on the TP and TV and radio network. And today, I hope so everybody did hear me fine. Today, we can discuss two topics. The first one get to do with the inevitable collapse of the Sierra Leone economy, and the other topic get to do with another plane we land na Lunge airports. We right now they don't hold the three crews waiting at the plane. Then they under police custody. And we don't know what's in the reason what to make the plane land where they not get any approval for land. There are so many um, there are so many discussion on social media about this plane. Well, it just reminds a lot of people what happened. I think it was in 2008 or something like that. I think that was the year 2008 or something like that. Where another plane land a Salon, and it happened for this a cocaine plane, where they cruise them, they run away, where they land, then try for escape. Well, then catch them cruise then they na put local area and so this plane, let me just show you the plane we I talk about because it's very important for make we see the plane here. This plane, now plane we then don't impound the plane. The information how they get is very, very sketchy at this particular time because they're not able to tell you exactly which side this plane come out. But I get a report from Awoko. Awoko says at 11:54 p.m. on the 19th of September 2024, a private non-scheduled aircraft landed at FNA, that's a Freetown National Airport, without an approved landing permit. The said aircraft has been impounded by the state security forces, and all four persons on board are currently in police custody. The Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority and the SLCAA, inspectors from the Directorate of Flight Safety Standards and Aviation Security were on site to assist in the initial interrogation of all on board the aircraft. Investigations are still ongoing and the public will be updated on the outcome. The Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority wishes to assure the public of its commitment to the safety and security of civil aviation in Sierra Leone. So we still get a lot of questions where they're not able to answer it on this plane. Let me give you back the plane here. Hold on, let me just put this small little. So when we hear about a plane landed na Sierra Leone without any landing permit, it's very, very frightening when it comes to the security of the states. Waiting na the purpose of this plane, which side this plane come out? How comes in no land, no side, na Salon it can land? Is there any collaborators within the states? Are there people who are actually responsible for bringing this plane to Sierra Leone? Hold on, let me, it's Alex at the echo. Okay, so I think it's better now. So these are all some of the questions we want to delve into and try to see if there is anything what we talk about at this particular time is very, very opinionated because we don't know much yet, but it's very, very important that we discuss this type of incidents where they happen. We know the kind incidents that they happen Guinea, Liberia, maybe then they happen, but we not just know no more. or Gambia, Senegal, the surrounding states them. Now only Sierra Leone will get this. I think that the second time where we they get them kind incident here. Where a plane, first of all, do we have enough radars then where they able for detect airplanes and where they enter the territory of Sierra Leone? Do we have those radars? Because what I understand, the only radar we will get now the one within at the airports. We are not think say we get any military radar because these are some of the things we're able for monitor the airspace of a country. You know, the civilian radar where the airports then they use, you know, good enough for able for monitor the entire country. Not good at all. So these are some of the things we the governments need for answer. And I'm talking about this particular government. This government is headed by a former military guy who is supposed for them put security of the state at its utmost importance for build radars them across the country. Expensive, but not that too much compared to before when technology was very, very um, difficult to get, very, very expensive. Now you go able for get a radar, probably a military radar, for few million dollars. And when I say military radar, I'm talking about advanced radars. The way Sierra Leone is a very small country, very, very small country. But one of the things, how many military personnel do we have? I'm talking about the forces national because we don't know. Some people then say about 10,000 troops. Some people then say about 20,000 troops. Some people then say it's even less than that. We don't know within our military strength. And some of the incidents where they happen, sometimes now it tests for see how strong the country is when it comes to in defense of the state. You know, if one time cocaine don't come in during the APC regime, for make I just make sure say people they're waiting at the SLPP, they don't know if it's at the just they try for pounds on the government. I, I'm talking I am talking about the states, the security of the states. This it transcends party line. Every Sierra Leonean should be worried when, well, we don't see back very recently a helicopter all the way na I think na Hastings or very close to Hastings. It come all the way in the middle of we country. It land na that na Hastings area and without the knowledge of the military force. How we go say we get a sovereignty when we not even get control over that sovereignty there? Now, let me say the economic side will not get controlled because now something back why I get for can't talk about the second segment. If the economic side, because we know so we depend on the international community for feed we for do everything, even though we get everything, now we don't lose that control there. At least the security of the country should be in our own control. But it seems like we will not even get control of the security of our country. 3 incidents don't happen. 2 plane, 1 helicopter, and this not the one the way we know. We don't know waiting they happen. Some things away we don't know. Where people that they come in and out of the country at their will. This is very, very important. It has to be resolved. This problem we need for tackle am. The security of the state is very, very important. Very, very important. No country no go able for move forward. No country no go stable if they're not able to forget control of their security. It's not gonna happen at all. It's never gonna happen. And this now something we I want for make we discuss because it affects the progress of the state. Why you see other countries, they spend billions of dollars for their own security? Why? Because without security, there is no development. Security is number one in any country. Yes, people then go sleep hungry, but if they get peace, we don't clean, then they go find what then they eat. But if peace no there, if security no there, then everything collapse. This is very, very important. So I want to bring Mr. Kabo for let we discuss this particular incident we happened on the 19th of September. Mr. Kabo, I remember the time when during the APC, I think in 2008 or so, 2008 or 2009, when another plane where it landed as alone without the approval of the civil aviation as alone, and we can find out saying that plane did been they come with cocaine, and there were people within the country were actually involved in this cocaine trafficking as alone. We all know about that cocaine problem, and I don't know which side the plane did at this particular time because they impound the plane at the time. I think say what I be understand that plane day the government sell onto Alpha Khan. Alpha Khan been they use this plane now for transportation. That's what I understand. I don't know how true it is, but this is something where I be understand say then sell this plane to Alpha Khan. I think about I don't know $250,000 or I don't know, but this was what I understood at the time. Now we get another plane. Well, even though they don't all the crews them, the four crews they're waiting at the plane, but we don't know what's been there inside the plane. Some rumor then say they meet the plane is empty. Does this means the plane been done offload waiting them bring? Because I not just can as alone for can work out. I don't think say that this plane just can as alone for can work out. Empty like that. There must be something that was in that plane. Is the government aware of waiting in at the plane? We don't know. But this now questions then where journalists, them media platforms are then supposed to ask. Some of them here. We not hear too much about that yet because they just talk saying, oh, the government they investigate. Well, it's been 3 days now because since the 19th, the 20th, today, we don't know how far the government don't go. So what do you know about this particular incident and how it tap into the concern where some of we get for say the country will not get control over with economy and will not get control over with security. And who are we? Are we independent or what? Go ahead. Oh, you mute. Mr. Gabo, you mute. You mute. You mute.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're hearing now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, good afternoon from New York. It's just a little after 3 o'clock. Oh, yeah, it's 3:21 now. It's actually strange, as you mentioned, with regards to these flights coming into Sierra Leone without the notice of the authorities. Back then, in the days of Anes Kuruma, there was this plane where Tamna Salon. Um, Apparently, what we know, it came in next, na land na Quito, na the airport, and there was no light, a blackout, and we all know about this blackout na Salon. But Indian gets a lot of suspicions, and what the people may suspect actually happened because first he landed in the middle of the night, no lights, and the people that were in the plane then try to escape and run. And when they checked the plane, they found out that cocaine be there. All right. Now, all like this one, I'm not too sure, except if you let me know, Mr. Michael, what time of the day this plane landed.
Just look at the screen at 11:54 p.m. in the middle of the night, the same time.
All right. So this again come in the middle of the night. Were there lights? Was there electricity? Because the one before there was no electricity, the whole place was dark. And this one way down was there electricity? And if so, the people them because the airport is busy. I'm not sure how busy is 11:30 or midnight. The flight, the terminals are, but I believe people were still coming in, passengers and everybody will see. And I'm sure that it was not a blackout. The whole place was lighted. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. And if any activity takes place like offloading or loading, people will see that. All right. And but what we see here, I don't know if this is the morning time they take this picture or the night it landed.
No, this not the morning time when they take this picture. But the other question we will not able to get an answer. Whose airport where this plane land? Because if not the old airport, I believe say there must be no light or they not get enough light. If not the new airport, that's another different thing. So we don't know who side if not the new airport this plane land or not the old airport. So now this now another question where we need to forget an answer.
But I make sure understand. I haven't been to Twitter and since when they open when we get the new airport. But I make sure understand that the same runway they use, they just expand into them, make them better. So I mean, it's just the buildings that we are abandoned, the old airport. Well, I think the field is the same, the landing field. It's just that there's an extension. So I don't think there are
No.
differences
I've been
between the
there.
two
I've been there, Mr. Cabo. I've been there. Now. I
uh-huh.
don't go. I don't go pan this airport. The only
Okay,
airport, they now the other side, the far away, they make a
okay,
new runway. You get the old runway, you get the new runway. Okay,
okay.
the new runway now then they actually they with the new airport itself. You get the old runway. Not far from the new runway actually. Now, if not just like an extension of the old runway, but you get new runway, you get old runway.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's good, Mr. Mankata. You know much about that. And so we see this flight comes in or this plane come land now, salon. But the most important question probably or the skepticism that when we get over this issue is that I'm sure we have a control tower in Sierra Leone. If I'm not mistaken, the first one was built in 1952. And when the new airport was built, there was another one that was opened in March, of course, March 3rd, something like that in 2023. So I believe we have a control tower. And I don't know how sophisticated that control tower is because they should be able to talk to the pilots in the flight from a distance.
Yeah.
Am I correct? They're supposed to be able to talk to them in a distance.
Yes.
They're supposed to give them clearance or whether to stand by or circle around or whatever information they can give to them before they land, right? So what is missing? These people didn't see this flight coming in. They didn't notice it. Whatever the control tower or the control tower there, the traffic control tower, didn't they contact them? Is there any contact information between the two before the flight land down at the airport? So then children in they ask, try to find out. Or these people they just come bulldoze. They're not care whether they are contacted or there is a control tower, there are authorities, they just bulldoze and come in. We don't know. So these are the things we try to find out. Now, supposing during that time when they can land, if they don't get control, they don't get a conversation with the security in the airport or the control tower, if they don't get no communication, supposing there was a flight taking off and they come in, they collided because they will not know. They should be informed at so time you can land because so thing is happening or flight is taking off and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I don't know. So if they just bulldoze them and come and we thank God if that's what they do, they just bulldoze and there was no fight and there was no taking off at the time, probably. So then thing that they worry about and ask. And if so, what will happen if they bulldoze or the not bulldoze they are communicated with? What will actually they can do? What are the vision? That's why the other
Yeah.
things that they find out. But
Yeah.
right now, everything is under investigation and we don't know the specifics yet. But also, this control tower security or people who work there at the time that particular shift, they have to bring them down to questioning. They have to clear to we say yes, then attempt for contact them people and they. And if they do, because we will know that the system, the security of the country will know that yes, they contacted them or they refused or whatever. And if so, where did they pass the information? Did they make any report or did they make a follow up? So all these things get to come into play. So that's all I have for now because right now we don't know what exactly it is.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for that. And it raised up few questions and way very important. But before I go to some of then thing then let me just remind we viewers then say if you get any question on this particular topic we will discuss so you can put on at the comment section of the platform where they watch we from. We the broadcast on 4 platforms, and we the as we all know, always we the read when our comments and we discuss some of the comment that we need discussions. So put your comment at the comment section of the platform where they watch we from. Now, one of the questions we Mr. Gabo raised was whether there was a communication between the control tower and the cruise now the plane. That's now a question we will not be able to answer. Only the control tower officials and I then get for answer that question, Nendi. Um, but another very important thing we I talked earlier, how comes planes and then they just evaluate with airspace without knowing? Because I believe say that plane they wherever it come out, when it dey enter the country, probably we no go know say the plane dey now inside the country until e very close to Freetown. Maybe the radar we will get when a civilian radar, it's only for a shorter you know a shorter distance where it able for pick up planes them. I don't know. And the other question where you raise is whether the new radar where them put now the new airport, well, the radar where them put now the new airports, whether it's sophisticated, whether I've been the area, I'm not able to confirm this. I've been the area say some of the instruments from the old airports they move on to the new airports. I don't know how true it is. I don't know whether including the radar, but if now the old radar, like we talk so since the 50s, is it 50 of 50s?
Actually, I don't know what you mean by the radar. Actually, but I was talking of the control tower was built in 1952, the old one, and the new one was opened in March 3, 2023, last year.
I, under- I
So,
understand, but what are the type of tower? That control tower there, now radar, then they use for see planes the
right,
way they come in. So in another they just go sit down
right,
without the radar. So now the radar then they use for control the traffic now the country. So my
okay.
question where I'm not able to forget answer is whether the new airports get a new advanced radar system or now the old radar system from the old airport now in them bring into the new airport. I don't know, but it's very important because then secondly, we military not get any kind of military radar for able for monitor with airspace now the country. Do you have any idea? And the one that una way they watch we because I know say una way they watch we probably una know more about some of these things than we way they talk. Me, I don't know whether we military force then get any military radar for control the airspace of the country. If not, then why do we have a military force in the first place? Why do we have an air force? You know, since I don't get an air force, this now one of the few countries in Africa we get air force, they not get jets, they not get plane. So the air force is what? What in the air force they do?
Well, Mr. Manchester, that's a very important question. But remember, this is not something new. So ever
I
since
know.
we were, but I think what happens here probably is we're gonna want to base this thing on a communication issue because I know there are military personnel that's a base in Linde Airport, in the airport. The
Yeah.
military is based there, and If we have a terminal or what we call a control tower, they have their protocols, and they will be able to see flights in a distance that is enough for them to be able to communicate with them
Uh-huh.
at a particular time when necessary, whether to land or when to land or whether to circle around or the airport is busy, no space yet, or so forth. Or to ask what if that in this case, what is their mission? Because all planes coming in they already have the itinerary. They are all itemized. So when the flight is landing, when this flight is coming, at what point in time the other flight is taking off. So all those people in the air control, in the control tower, with the authorities, they know all these things. Even the passengers, they stand there, they see the screen when a flight is coming, at what time in the day, and when another one is taking off. So they know all these things. So seeing this flight at a distance, I believe, and they don't know anything about it. Was there communication? Where was the breakup of this incident, which led to the flight to land in Freetown, in Sierra Leone, without the permission of the authorities, or without any schedule, or knowingly that they are coming in there? So this is now these are the try for look at. I don't
I
know.
understand your point, but the question where they raise, me and you not going able to forget answer at this particular time because it's only the government officials them that then get. And I hope say now one of the investigation, requirement them for this particular incident, because I believe say there must be a communication, even though yes there was no schedule approved landing.
Exactly.
They say there was no. Let me put back Aoko um, in statement here. There was non-scheduled aircraft landing at FSA, and without an approved landing permit. So when you look at this, let me put them back. When you look at this statement, the first one,
Mhm.
without an approved landing permit, what does that mean? A very very implicit. You know, when you say without approved landing permits, does that means without this plane, they're not authorized for land, so it land by itself forcefully? You see what I mean? Let me put the word and go
Yeah,
back. The
I
last, the
understand
last,
that. I understand.
the last statement without an approved landing permit. So if the government not approve any landing for this aircraft and it land NASA alone, what is going on?
You see, Mr. Michael, this is what I was saying. You see, at a particular distance, the control tower should be able to spot a flight coming into Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And they should be able to establish communication, especially this flight, which they should be very clear. They should be able to establish communication. And if at all they get them through communication, they should be able to deny them landing through communication. And when and alert the authorities, like the military personnel in the airport who are there, alert everybody. They could even move some in some other countries. They can move those fire trucks and the fly in the place there to block them not to land there in case they want to come there. They can move the military personnel standby in the airport. But in this case, they came in land safely. We don't hear any complaint. I just wonder what actually was looking at the situation. Whether it's just
One
a
of the
land
things,
of freely like that.
one of the things where are the
And
suspect and
nobody stopped them. Yeah.
yeah, one of the things where the suspect, and this not just my own opinion, it not get nothing for do with the truth,
Right.
because personal opinion is just a personal opinion. It not necessarily means say that is the truth, so no hold me for that. But I just they speculate say there are people where actually they in the country where get involvement with this plane and them people here. This plane not just grab no more from nowhere a can land as alone. It must come on a country, and that country the people then we actually send this plane, they must get business transaction with some people them na Sierra Leone. This based on the previous incident where we know this is also the thing. And when you look at the drugs, the way they devastate we country today, you look at Kush, you look at cocaine, you look at other synthetic drugs where they destroy. And they tell you one thing, just last week, one of my nephews was buried. In fact, now yesterday I sent money for the burying because of Kush.
Yeah.
I think the Bobo been to take Kush, me not be no. He died. He died about a few days ago. Me not be no. Now just then call me now for say, oh, that Bobo, he don't die. Now I say he been sick. Now the 10 away I cannot say now this now it happen. So you see, this drug business, this Kush business, if we not try, yes, I know one for say the government know they do something, but it's not enough yet. They still have um, a lot of efforts for put into this drug business. Otherwise, that country they will be like a drug field, you know. So I'm speculating that this has to do with drugs because
Well,
only drugs, now in people that then they afraid for come legally the right way for Ghana alone. If you come with a plane full of food, other things, you don't need for afraid. You they make arrangements so that the airport's gonna say yes, this plane they come, then they put you on the schedule because they come with legal stuff. Them now only illegal uh, items them probably go in at that plane day we make they not tell anybody say then they come. And even though they're not given no permission for make them land, then land. That's the point where they try for make. Go ahead.
no, you say I'm a philosopher. And not only big men or big people in the country, rich people in the country, but also the airport security and the control tower people are on the shift at the time. Because they should have communicated. We don't see any action to the airport. That should have been an immediate emergency action. You understand? When they spotted this flight coming in. That's what I'm saying. If they communicated, but just like you say, somebody there are people who are involved. So all these people are involved now. The military there, the base there in the airport, the control tower, and all officials working there have to be questioned. Because we don't see no movement. They allow the plane to land safely and then they go for it. We don't see where they block them, where they bring in like these machines, drive them inside the airport because they don't even know if the flight is coming with weapons or something or bombs. So they should have been there ready with all kind of military fatigue, surrounding the plane or even blocking them not to land there and divert the planes to go away from. But again, drugs can do anything, Mr. Mankota. Just as you mentioned, the incidents where they happen in during an wine time, where the flight land in Sierra Leone. Look, South America here. The flight was loaded in South America, was loaded and direct flight to Sierra Leone, no non-stop. You think the Americans don't see it? You think so? They saw that. The British saw that. Everybody, they all have airspaces, monitoring airspaces spaces in the world. So they all know. But cocaine business is a tough business. If they want to bring it to Sierra Leone, trust me, they will bring it to Sierra Leone. They want to take it to any other country. Those cartels are very tough. They are all the mafias, the tough people. They have money. They are rich people. They have the connection of the government. So they can do anything. You can't stop drugs anywhere. Trust me. You will try, but you cannot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you on. And well, that is very very troubling for a country like Sierra Leone. We you remember the helicopter we being come back now Hastings,
Right. Exactly.
we the government says have not been no say if helicopter they now Hastings. Now the citizen are they actually able for find out to
Yeah.
side land. Now they inform the government. What's in they gone? What's in they gone in our country?
Well, Mr. Mankata, in any country, everybody is responsible for the security of the country. It doesn't
I
necessarily
understand.
mean you have to be a military personnel. Because I make to understand that's like where they land that place there at that time. The civilians, they know and they see what was going on when they were uploading whatever, because I read about that. But they don't talk. Salvadorian people don't talk. Salvadorian people are very dangerous. It's a country you don't want to be a president there, Mr. Mankota. I'm sorry that you want to be a president there. The people are not ready to, they're not going to work with you. The country is, they don't, here, you see something, you say something. Then they see something, you leave. They don't say it. And that's how security works. You see something, say something. To who? To the authority. But instead of now, once the country is too poor enough for people to avoid catastrophes. They don't care. Even if you want to do this, I'm not trying to be Alex Kuruma, when they call him for the Ebola test, what did he do? He took it. They take it to Sierra Leone, to Kenya, there, to kill all the people there. The Ebola. So if we can take that, a lot of money involved, they say, hey, let's come do the experiment here. He takes it and they kill a lot of people, thousands of people. What do you think the ordinary man is going to do? Salon is a complicated country, you know.
Well, even though the Sierra Leone people, them everybody is responsible for the security of the country, we get an entity where we task with the absolute security of the country, and that is the government. And the point why they try to talk about, if we have an airport without a plane, we have a navy without a ship, how you go able for how you go able for monitor with borders them? So now the land border they no more now the most important thing. Now we able for and even at that, bribery they make people and they go in and out like the way they want. Sierra Leone is a mess, my brother. And I'm not saying this because there's a people in the power. I'm talking about even
No,
before. Even
of
before.
course, that's how we inherited. That's how it is. Nothing ever changed. In fact, the previous governments before are better because we have Salon Airlines. In those days, we have airlines, right? Now we don't even have. How many years we don't have? Before we don't have. Yeah, so they are even better when you look at that.
Well, let me tell you one thing. How much money we well, I be want to use something here, but that's okay. How much money we presidents they use for a trip, for one trip for Canada, America? Probably between $250,000 to probably 500,000. I'm just let me I researcher. I like for research things them. So let me see here. Hold on, let me see. If I go able to forget, I don't think say uh it ain't at the internet, but
I
how
cannot
much?
help you with that. I cannot help you with that question. Sometimes my area of concentration, I don't look at prices. I look at the general. I don't go to individuals. I know even though the president is for everybody in the country, but like what is spent, what is money, what is I mean, I'm more on the welfare of the country than um, just about an individual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So well, the reason we make okay, yeah, it costs. Let me see here. If cost of politics, I let me see. I think I see something here. Three 332,000 dollars, 2023, 2023, $332,000 average. Okay, that is if he come with a group like we they come the UN Assembly, UNGA General Assembly, because he come with so
Right.
many people. Then when you look at everything, including the the per diem and other stuff, them about almost $500,000.
Yeah, when you know the number of people he's coming with and how long he's coming to stay, and
Yeah,
that's the thing, you know, the entourage, how large it is and how long it's going
all
to
that.
stay, and you know all those per diem and stipends, all those things. Otherwise, it's just a calculated figure, but I can't tell you, I can't help you with that. That
Yeah,
is the
I know,
government
but
thing.
what you make at the talk so?
Mhm,
If we dey spend such money, the president, according to what I understand,
mhm.
in 6 months, he don't travel na the country. Besides this one, way they can
Like,
America.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
within the past 6 months, he don't travel 16 times.
Okay.
So this one they make am 17 times. Where he don't
All right. He's
travel.
here. I think he's here already.
Oh, he don't come right.
I think he's here already. I never go see an Indonesia anyway. It's okay. Be
Oh,
there na US. You know,
okay,
so we
okay.
always be good.
Yeah, until you na New York, he dey, so you know more
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. So now let's say, because we have to be fair too, not to
Yeah.
every
The second actually will start on Tuesday, the 24th.
okay.
It's
So
Saturday.
yeah, so I have to be fair. I'm not saying every trip not the same price, not the same cost, now they happen, because like what you talk, it has to be the number of people and the days where then they stay and the place too. So, but at least let's say, according to what I understand, for the past 6 years, President Bio don't spend over $22 million in traveling expenses. Well, some
Okay.
people then say 28. I just want to be conservative, safe enough.
Right.
That make I left the 6 million apart. 28, $26 million. The travel where you don't travel for the past 6 months. All right.
Okay.
Why we not go try with level best for buy some we reduce some of them unnecessary travel, yeah. We buy things, equipment that we go able for protect the country, like a military radar.
That's a good question, Mr. Uncle Sam. But what I would say to you in regards to that is, you know, even you have friends, right, that are nice to you, everybody, how much more our country has friends that support them, that some are supportive, some are not, but you don't, might not know until you interact with them. So, what I would say is, I know you guys are having a problem with the president traveling, but that is just I mean, to make you a little frustrated. You got to remember that there are 192 countries probably in the UN, or was it, am I correct? In the UN system and
Yeah,
under the United Nations.
around that.
Yeah, under the United Nations. And you know that the position we held a month ago was voted by 184, 86 candidates or so, countries. So I think, to me, before the end of his year, it come, he has to visit these people to say thank you to them. So he has more travel to go, over 180 more trips or more. I don't know if he's going to be angry with that. I don't know if he's going to be angry with that. But he has to go and shake hands with them and tell them thank you. These are friends. They voted him. They voted our country. That's something big. So we need to go there and say thank you to them one after the other on a special visit. Not like a UN sending him or ECOWAS sending him. He has to go there as a country to say thank you. Okay? So there are more trips to come. APC expects them. That's how we do things in SLPP.
Oh boy. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic we get for do with we economy. Talking about radars and military expenditures and lack of security and airports, planes, all this also connected with the economy. Well, as we already don't know, quite recently, the the IMF warned Sierra Leone say they are in the verge of collapse. Yes, IMF say. In fact, IMF just come out alone. where then go discuss about, I think, Article 4 or Article 14, I think Article 4 or something, where for extend we credits. Because we are actually going to bankrupt our country. In fact, we we reserve don't reduce considerably, and this now make the IMF blow the alarm, say, hey, Sierra Leone is in a dire situation, because even if the only time when you see people, then a government, they tap into reserve, because the actual money where would they use the expenditure will get a deficit, and we get for go take from the reserve for can full up the deficit. And this government is actually started doing that now, and that's very, very dangerous too. You know, how are we go able for make sure our natural resources? This is a very, very important, Mr. Cabo, and una way they watch it. Just about a week ago, I've been they watch AYV, where the Minister of Information, I've been there now AYV, he revealed to we say in 2023, the export of minerals NASA alone is over $1 billion. And this now the money where the government are able for account for say yes, now the export this. Because I know say now just one third of or maybe even one fourth of the actual money where they come out from the minerals are because we get illicit mining where it rampant at the country, and we get other things there, even the legally registered companies them, not to the actual amount within the gas nine then they show we already know that, because like the iron ore, we don't know what's in the now that dirty when they take for care go overseas for go us. We don't know. So what it then can't tell we no more. Now even we know. So now based on what it then tell we, the Minister of Information say over $1 billion now in Sierra Leone exports from minerals. This is just from minerals. Mr. Gabo, do you know how much Sierra Leone actually gets from that money there?
No, no, I don't. I'm not going to tell you anything about that. I don't know. I know we're not making that much profit in minerals in Sierra Leone for the mere fact that the companies are owned by foreigners and they send them back to their country here. For instance, let's say the iron ore mining company, which takes the raw material, the dust itself, all the way to I don't know where they take them in fact. And they're not just going there and separate the dust from the iron ore. There are a lot of minerals, a lot of things that they get from there, which we don't know about. So, so to talk about them is just, I mean, you will never
Well,
remain to
well
talk about them
I
until.
will tell you. I will tell you because the Minister of Information tell we.
There are a lot of
Out,
separation. There are a lot of minerals that go with it, and they don't account for them. All we account about is iron ore, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So,
will tell you, and not to iron ore no more. Even
Mr.
recently.
Mankata, we don't have the plans. We don't have the means to do this process.
No, 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 Mr. Gabo. Mr. Gabo.
Mhm.
I totally
Right.
disagree. We get the means, we get the plans. Now the will we not get. But let me
Well, you
show
might
let
be
me
right. Well, we don't get the plans. Yeah. For
yeah.
instance, even to
But,
cut diamond, even the diamond to cut it, to fashion it, we don't have that.
but
So,
let me show the reviewers them. Out of over $1 billion, this also from me own opinion, or this is statement from the government itself.
right.
30 million. 30 million,
That,
Mr. Gabo.
that's what we got. That's what we get.
Over $1 billion
Well,
and 30 million we get.
yeah, that's based on agreement. I don't know what the government agreed with. Is it are they still going with the old agreement of the Aneskroma or the new agreement? All those things have to play. And uh, I don't know. It's a tough
Well,
call.
well, this is this is this
Yeah,
is this is an agreement where it stem from the Cabal regime to Anescoma to Madabio. The only thing
right.
where I want to say is very clear, because me as somebody way patriotic, I
Hmm.
always they say the truth, no matter how
Right.
hurtful to me. When Madabio came initially, if you want for renegotiate some of them contracts are because it's very, very ridiculous.
Right.
It's very, very ridiculous. And in
Okay.
fact, and I don't talk about this so many times now, this program, one of the reasons why the West hates Madabio, them you
There
want
you go. You
for
want to
for
cost him
replace.
his presidency. You want to cost him his presidency. And you are marking him for that. And you are the one coming to ask the question. When I say you, I mean the APC.
Well, I'm talking about the country here, so I have to be
Yeah.
patriotic. At least
Right.
I'm just telling, I'm just educating the people them so that because it's some of them small things are where we they hide behind we pockets. Now in the cause problem now that country now in the cause this exploitation where they go on so.
Right.
Madabio where it come initially you see the contracts are wait and sign. Some of them contracts are not to APC. Now before APC, some of
Right.
them are doing APC. Okay. If you want for renegotiate some of them contracts, you remember one of the companies where goes to Sierra Leone na London,
Right. Uh-huh.
a mineral company where goes to
Right.
Sierra Leone na London. Now because of that, because Madabio say no, come on, you they pull this amount of money now we count now this is the give we.
Right.
No, we need to negotiate. So this now the reason this way the West be one for replace Madabio. It is not because of democracy. This and they always
No.
they tell with people them. If you believe say what they hear from the West, then they talk about democracy, and that one day you take you put now you aid, you say the West lack democracy. You are actually mistaken. The West only value democracy when it is in their own country. For example, now America, now you will get pure democracy in America, because it's our country, right? But outside of the United States, outside of London or other places, no, it is about interest. Yes, then they use democracy as a tool for control because if you are the president, you want for federal you people them, but the federal you want for federal people it hurt we when at the West like America so what are they do? Are they use democracy? And they try to find somebody within una own country way willing for play ball with me and I sponsor them for make we replace you. That's not the democratic fight where the West they fight outside of the West.
Mr. Monson, I know the type of cut you on. You are talking exactly what in the first lady did talk now America here. Right? You listen to the speech, right? When tell you say we get minerals, we get everything there. But when you tend to negotiate, the Americans will go at the back of the government, like Madabio's government, go to the APC, which are the opposition, who are the opposition, and they tell them, hey, we support you, do this, so they cause confusion in the country. Which is Fatima Bio said it here clearly, just like as you are putting it. And that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it, we are the victims of our. We are we are responsible for what we are today in Africa in Sierra Leone. So that's why sometimes when people come and begin to talk, all these guys in the media, they are just trying to politicize. They are not talking for the people. It's just because their party is not in power. That's all.
Yeah,
They're not talking
Mr.
for the
Kabo,
people. All they want
Mr.
is their party to come to in power. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Kabo, we meanwhile they try for bringing things them for educate people them, and they always look at the reality. We
No,
also
I
get for
understand. That's correct. That's correct.
we
Yeah.
also get for we also get for acknowledge the fact saying
Uh-huh.
Madabio in Kanwan as a president as alone, he was actually supported by the West for the same reason. Where now then they against him. Because when an Eskroma be in second term, he begin realizing some of the things the way they happen, they benefit the country. He begin resist. This was the reason where you see an Eskroma being the pivot towards China. So the West can realize, say, waiting, this guy need this party need for go because that time the Eskroma now hold the APC. So they know say if the APC been come back in power in 2018, that the same policy where an Eskroma don't start, now in they continue. So this make the same West then support Madabio. With the hope say when Madabio come, they can play ball with them. But when Madabio come, it can begin turn against them. Now they then pivot back to the APC because they realize him, these two parties are the only party we get the chance for win election as alone. You see, these are some of the things so we get for educate to people. They let them understand, say, we are all being used as tools, whether the APCO, the SLPPO, or any party will get the potential for win election, then they use we. Then they take the APC, then German with the SLPP folks them. So the SLPP and the APC they perfect, and it go distract the government from actually focusing on how for make sure the exploitation stop. This not a reality, but a lot of folks they not realize this. A lot of folks they not even believe this. They happen. They happen na Africa. You know.
Mr. Nkota, you bring it back to something I'm reflecting. We would area all over the media most of the time or somewhere like that. Whether we use the word change of regime, like the APC after the first year, the first 5 years, the second 5 years, and then say change of regime. Are you telling me that Marabi will not win the election? That's what you are saying?
No,
That
no,
the
no.
West supported him to win the
No, no, no,
election?
no, 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 no. I'm not saying Madabio no win the election. What I mean,
Right.
Madabio was supported. Now, he have been the favorites for the West for making win that election day. That's what I'm saying because they don't realize
When
it.
you when you say the West, then they are favorite person in particular election.
Mhm.
Now, election where they want to take from somebody, where they want to cook. I know the West. When they say they favor you, now for manipulate something for you, for make it get
Well,
control. That's what I'm
well,
saying. So is it actually that
no, no,
the
no, no,
Western
no,
they manipulated
no,
that election? So I want to know. Yeah.
no, 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 no. There are so many ways how you do win an election and how the West then they able for help you for win an election. Number one, then they look at the psychology of the country. Okay. And we all know, say Sierra Leone, we lack self-esteem. We not believe in ourselves. When you stand as a candidate, you talk, say, the West actually they support people like you, so because the people then believe, say, the one way the West they support, now are the best candidates without realizing this. So psychologically, that's they
Yeah.
able
I
to
got.
manipulate the minds of the people them for votes for that
Right.
person there. You understand what I
That
talk? Okay,
must,
for say
yeah, I know, I got it.
yeah,
That must be the reason. That must be the reason why this past election 2023, APC them down too mad because they say the West they support them, the Americans they support them.
yeah.
So and unfortunately they don't get it by the vote. So then I mean I don't know how they handle that. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Where
So
the APC then they talk say that they already support them. Unfortunately, they say them deceive them. Then they talk and say the Western let them down, especially now the major
well,
broadcasting
well, one of the
channel.
things also, Mr. Gabo, where we all get for realizing, including we viewers them because this particular program is more about educating people
Right.
therefore make them aware of their country and make sure say they not fall from all the manipulation and brainwashing where they go on. You understand? One of the things where I want to tell people them, the West not give a damn about Africans. It's not. I want to make you know that. If you say the West like you are dreaming. The
I know,
West,
Freddie.
now
Okay.
interest, then you follow. Why you see say now the same West, when I say the West, Britain, the United States, you know, some other countries
France,
that wouldn't follow. Yeah,
France,
France and
Germany,
Germany. Yeah.
Russia, maybe.
No, Russia not did it. Russia na East. Russia
All
did
right.
yeah. So
Okay.
they not agree for say Russia na part of the West, then say then they na the East. You know.
Because they not agree with them. That's the only thing. They don't agree with
Well,
them.
why
They're
you
going to push their another side.
why you see this behind time now? The same West don't begin for cooperate with Madabio. When I
Okay.
remember the time when I noticed that say the West is actually changing their mind. I talk about
Yeah, of
this.
course.
I tell the APC say the West is abandoning us. Be aware of that. Now, because then she say, you know what happened?
Hmm.
People they know they pay attention. You get some bloggers they waiting on social media all day for fan hatred and lies to their followers them. All day that one
Right.
they do.
Mhm.
Why? Something happened. Madabio is very, very tricky and he very, very smart too. Even though he's not smart like me, he's not smart like the APC, but he's very, very smart. Because at the pick up what's in the gun. Madabio, he realized it.
That guy is the smartest guy ever existed in
No,
the history of Sierra Leone.
no, Madabio not smart. It just come it up say the APC, the one where we put before, not a visionary people them. They know they see far. Now that
Well,
make
that's why they are not smart.
I'm talking. That make I say Madabio smart, but you're not smart like me because me they pick up things that before even it happened. So
I got you. I got you. You in person, not the APC. You in person. All right.
yeah,
I got you.
So what did Madabio do? Madabio realize say the West one for kick him out. Okay. So what did he do? He turned to China, he turned to Russia. You remember when he sent an ambassador na Russia for make because one of the things where for being destroy Madabio in second term, now the light and it's still not a problem. He still get problem with them. After that light problem, Madabio sent an ambassador na Russia say let them negotiate for can build
Nuclear plant.
a nuclear
Nuclear weapon.
power plants. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Russia say, yeah, we can do it. They realize say if that happen, then the West then don't lose Nasalon. Then after that, Madabio travel, he go Nasalon, he go to China. He go negotiate with the Chinese government for other projects them. They realize say, you know what thing? Yes, I know say 2028, we're not even sure whether the APC is serious or not, you know. Now we interest with the way they call. Immediately after the announcement, what in them do? What in the West do? They announce about the MCC, not so.
Right.
They say, well, they come with $400 and something million for electricity and all those type of things. This is the reason.
So Mr. Makota, is that not smartness that Madabio did?
Oh, no
Is that
smartness.
not smartness? Not a smartness, Andy.
No,
That
no
is
smartness.
political smartness. Yeah. And the guy's a maverick. The guy's a maverick. He's everything. And
No
he's
smartness.
very resistant. He's very resistant with his wife. They are gallant for that country.
And
You know, yeah, it's very good. They're not afraid nothing.
not to Madabio no more. Other
Mm.
countries in Africa then don't do the same thing. I think Madabio na Falamakata no more other countries them. Because you know why? This multipolar world we are in, you get alternative. Before, without
Yeah,
the
if you
West,
shop around,
yeah,
you shop around your interest. Yeah.
yeah, but before we not been get alternative, right? But now
Okay.
we get alternative. China they are now ready for pump money in Africa. Then I mean if the West one for make let's say I come on only money. First of all, when they go to and China when they come, they know they give you the stringent conditions the way the West they give you. You know, because right now they try for influence. You know,
Listen,
so
Mr.
some of
Manchester,
the things.
apart from America probably and Britain, the Chinese people, the Russians, all these people, they bring the resources, they give you physical. Just like when Fidel Castro was supporting South Africa, you remember that interview with Mandela with the Americans here. You remember? I don't know if you watched it or you remember. When they
Yeah.
asked him, when the
He was
journalists,
making
the
news.
reporters
Yeah,
here were asking him about that. He said, "Your enemies are not my enemies. These people will come with the fiscal tax to us. And you guys here will just be talking. So we need some support. And when they give it to us, we hold it. Your enemies are not our enemies. So if Russia is an enemy to America, or America is an enemy to Russia or Korea or whatever, Western other part, Sierra Leone is not their enemy. Okay? So your Americans' enemy and not Sierra Leone's enemy.
yeah. Well, those are some of the things where I believe say we need
So,
for where they understand and teach Sierra Leoneans and let them understand this over reliance on the West or outside. In fact, okay. Coming back to the actual point where they try for me. Let's say we try for take control of we mineral resources. I don't say we not for use external companies for make them can do because we not get the equipment we need. So, but at least if this is the case, we need to get more, not like 0.03%. At least
Yeah,
we tax support for go to 20%. 20%, it will able to help that country. 20%. American aya, American aya, where we na ordinary employees them. You know how much are they pay? 30% now they pay from me own income. Individual
yeah, of
income
course.
na 30% will they pay.
Yeah,
Okay. So these are some of the things we get the money, ladies and gentlemen. Sierra Leone get the money. The problem is we not get the will, and we don't tie ourselves so much. We then contract here. How on earth they go sign 100 year contract?
Mr. Mankota, that question is you. Give me the answer. Dr. Mankota, because you are an APC and the Ernest Kuruma did that. So give us the answer.
Not on the Skuma sign that contract there.
Who signed it? Who was in power? Who signed it?
Kaba.
Tell us now. Tell us the 100 years, the 99 years, 99 years
Yeah,
of.
Kaba and sign up.
Are you serious? Come
Yeah,
on,
I'm
man.
serious.
Stop
Yeah, I'm
now.
serious.
Stop that. Now, Ernest Kuruma, man. Stop.
Not on the Skuma, na Kaba.
Yes. Now, Ernest Kuruma.
Okay.
Stop.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, somebody they call me from. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I think say
But
because
again, talking about this mineral, yeah, talking about this mineral resources, I think we are actually moving ahead bit by bit. Because if you want to make comparison, let's say from the previous government to this, I mean the previous regime to this regime, you'll find out that we are on track, a little a lot, than a lot a little. We go bit by bit, a little a lot, than a lot a
yeah,
little. But every
but
day small small. Yeah,
no,
Mr. Mayor, hold on. Every day small small. You see, even the chiefs and the other villages that are destroyed, the children that are destroyed, the ecosystem, they are paying some money now, which never happened in the history of Sierra Leone. So that alone is a stepping stone. So we know that in the future we're going to reach there because it's the beginning that is the problem. Now that it started going like this, even APC come and they take that money out again from the natives, then that's going to be a big problem for them. Rather, I will expect them to negotiate more so it become more if they will come, if they will come, if they will ever come back in Sierra Leone as a government, which I
uh,
am doubtful. Yes.
Mr. Gabo,
Yeah.
it's been how many years we gain independence?
Probably I was born that year. I don't know. Maybe that was
60,
the year I was born.
63 years, not so.
Yeah, 63 years ago when we gained independence. Correct.
When we gain independence, it's
Correct.
enough. When then they exploit we and I not even count the during the time of colonialism. I'm talking about the 63 years we then don't exploit we. It's enough
Right.
for make we stop this and try for make we country better.
Yeah.
All right. The one where they call me na me private cell phone. I don't put on the Skype. The number now 480-409-4001. So you can call me there now. If you want for call, if not the program you they call. So the Skype don't come on. Sorry, I'm not being put on. It don't come on. Maybe there's no need for me for put WhatsApp any longer because when they come to the comment section. But what thing we they try for emphasize here, we get the money in a salon. Okay, we get money in a salon. We not just get the leadership and the will for make we exploit the resources for help the country. Instead, what we they do? We they give the resources to external companies. Them how they go get one over $1 billion? I'm talking about $1 billion, not to $100 million. I'm talking about over $1 billion, and the only amount where the country will benefit the country see alone now 30 million. Now, which country where they take them kind of nonsense thing in there? Tell me that. Which
Mr.
country?
Mankota, Mr. Mankota, Sierra Leone will take it as long as the country is still alive. You understand, right? As long as the country is polarized, they will take it because you see the support where the other political party they give to the Western world. They are pumping them because once these negotiations, these minerals are our minerals. When you try to be stubborn for the benefit of the people will use that against you to take you out of power, supporting the West. This is what Mother Bio in West will talk, and Mother Bio also will talk in America. Here. They all don't talk in America. Here. You understand?
Yeah.
When you dey try for work for the Sierra Leonean people dem, wey dey benefit them. America and the Western world already don't weigh the character, the behavior, the attitude of the average Sierra Leonean. Go to the opponent, go to the opponent and go support them and try, let them cause problem. So they kick that man, then them can come inside if you favor them. This is a clear example wetin dey happen right now, the 2023 election from 2018 to now, 2018 to now, about 6 years. This is what the APC is pounding on,
Well,
you
Mr.
know, in
Abu, I know
support of
one.
the West.
Okay.
So this is
Ah,
this
this
is the problem. You
now
understand? So yeah, go ahead.
when we dey talk about the exploitation about we resources, I know one for make we too much partisan because all the political parties there right now we don't rule that country them, they're guilty. APC guilty, SLPP guilty. So now we make sure say we talk something where they bring people then together or highlight the actual problem instead of blaming. Because number one,
Right.
when Tijan Kaba come, some of the contract the way APC been signed during the one party state, some of them contract and them, he no can for can revoke them, and he signed other contract the way still continue the exploitation. Then he left an Escomacam, he made some of the contracts the way Sheka Stephen or Momo signed, and the one the way Tijan Kaba signed, some of them he not even revoked them, and he signed in contract the way even continue the exploitation. Madabiokam the same thing. So this is not about politics. It's just about poor leadership in the country. And if we're not able to tell we people then say this is the problem we will get. Where we not the end now they say the country bad or the country this so here we sit down in such wonderful wealth. Now we they suffer. Now we they continue for grumble say the country is bad. Now a nightmare in paradise. Now in the happen.
It's a mental the strength of any government or country lies on the in the hands of the people.
I agree.
The strength of any government. You see, I'll tell you this. I'm not in Marabio's mind, but because I'm a progressive and somebody who, as a visionary, I see something. I believe if the country give the chance to Marabio, even though you are an opponent, I believe he's ready to put at least a stepping stone, even if you don't reach there, but a stepping stone, one step ahead, when you can put your foot up and the next person can put your foot. And this is the time, this is actually the man who would have set the base. But I am telling you, the Sierra Leoneans, especially this politics, do not give chance to this. Because the idea is if Madam put all these things, all these steps, to go up, the possibility is that they said the people will not vote them in. Why do you think they are cutting all the cables in Twitter and the transmission? Some people will drive every opportunity that comes to the place there because they feel that if things look nice, so what happened? They will not come into power. So they use the people. They want to have an within that kind of ecosystem wherein the people suffer always. So, I mean, this has to do a lot. I mean, I'm blaming the West, we're not as much. But if we stand together and we consolidate ourselves, just like Burkina Faso is doing now, and other countries are doing, but when we use the West as a weapon against one another, when one party comes, we take the West, we use that West as a weapon against them, then there we are. And the West are happy about that. They said,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
we are going, They're very
Yep.
happy because it doesn't damage them. It just give them more opportunity to do what they want. So we use them as a weapon. That's it.
All right. Well, what am I gonna do? So let me go to the comments. Connor Tree says salam dog and family. Thank you very much, my brother. Connor Tree say, well, doc, about the plane. We gave up sovereignty for a terminal. Hence, we lobby the government against giving up our terminal to a foreign entity. Sierra Leone must realize that we don't have sovereignty. I totally agree with you. And he also said, I was in Sierra Leone not long ago. I was mad as hell with a foreigner asking me for my passport at the airport. A foreigner that rejects a Sierra Leone from entering our country. Natural resources are being looted. I agree with you, my brother. Look at Kono. Look at Kono. How many diamond we don't get from Kono? Look, Kweduton. Look Kweduton. Enough people like saying at the center of mineral resources in that country. They very, very dilapidated. It's sorry. It's sorry. All right,
Yeah,
Michael Coca say,
Mr. Manchester, let me just throw reference to what this guy is saying with regards to the airport or foreigner asking. I personally, I was in Freetown some 2 years back. On my way out, I mean, yeah, they found out that I'm an American citizen. They asked me for my passport. It's just a verification. It doesn't mean anything. That's the job of the guy. So I don't see why you want to use that to politicize. We have job responsibilities. If it happens that it's a white man that is employed here, it doesn't matter whether it's Iranian or not, he has to execute his job responsibility to make sure that the falls and be held responsible. So I mean, question asking you, I was very happy to show him my passport because people are standing around. I want them to see American passport. So I
okay,
was happy to
all
take
right,
it there and see
Michael
them
Coca,
like that. And I'm
Michael,
okay. It doesn't take me
Michael,
anywhere to politicize that.
Michael Coca say, come on, doctor. Do you know how much it costs to get radar across the country? If even if we do, we don't have fighter jets to prevent unauthorized plane to land. In addition, we have a foreign country operating our only airport, which is a bad idea. This is what I was talking about, Michael. This is exactly the point I'm talking about. All right. If we will not get control over our security, then we are not sovereign. Now, in country, they've been just the try for talk about too. You know, why are we not able to secure we border? Why? Then we call ourselves a sovereign entity, a sovereign state. We are not sovereign. We are not. So you just support me point. Konotri say no control of our airspace and land borders. Guinea violates our sovereignty all the time. Chinese and Lebanese running wild. Turkey runs the airport. West runs the economy and political leaders. It's sorry, oh, my brother. It's sorry.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Manchester, I accept the criticisms that we don't fully make, but that's not the case. Let's come together and identify these problems as a country and we work them step by step. This, we talk about them since we were born. People would find our parents talking about them. There were no securities in the country where since we were born. So what are we doing for that now? Why can't we just come together and work towards that rather than being on the media all the time propagating the wrong things? I mean, talking about this. When our parents gave back to us, they don't even have food to feed us. But we come together as we grow along and we start to take care. We don't have those things, bro. We are sorry, we are Saranarians, we are poor, we don't have them. Let's work towards that so we develop them. Follow Madabio and his 5 point agenda. Let's work with them. We will reach there. Okay?
Yeah, whatever. All right. All right. Peter Dowda say, this is not the time for conspiracy theories. Instead,
Exactly.
let us wait for the conclusion of the current investigation. This is not a conspiracy theory, Peter Dowda. This is not. This is not the first time we then they violate we airspace. So when you say conspiracy theory, that's something will not happen. You know, real. This is reality, my brother. Look, the plane day. So when you say conspiracy theory, you not even believe say this thing happened. I don't show you the plane. I don't show you the reports. We say conspiracy theory day again. All what we need now is those 4 people are in custody, right? So let them tell we how they manage enter, whether then they work with, waiting at the load where they can with. Then we will go from
Exactly.
there. But we have to speak the concerns them way the country get because of security. It's not never about conspiracy theory. Konotri say, Mr. Kabo, this is not a partisan issue. We are talking about sovereignty. It is naive to think that this is a partisan politics. Both sides are too weak to protect our land. Let's put Salon first. All right, Christopher Yankasi, good evening, Doc. As long as consumption is greater than production, our economy will continue to be in decline. The answer is production, production all the way. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, he's right. I agree with you. I forgot to mention that. You see, there are people who are very smart. And you think, I mean, it's already in the agenda. Look what the president was doing last week. And people are there criticizing. This is a showcase for me and you to do the same thing. And there are people who are following that this farming and so on and so forth. We have to produce what we eat and eat what we produce. Well, everything Western world. I mean, unfortunately, I am here wasting my actually because I am a good farmer. I should go back to my country and do my work.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's what really
just
my farm.
yeah. All right, Konotri say we don't have any capacity to bring down any flying objects that invade our airspace. I was able to fly a drone over sensitive areas in Sierra Leone. It's naive to think that we are capable of protecting Sierra Leone. Then who are we? Can we go back to the British for can protect we? Then why are we every year we celebrate independence? It don't make no sense. In all cases, it don't make no sense if you say you're not independent, you're not a sovereign state, but you're not able to protect yourself. Who's can sovereignty down there? Who's can independence down there?
So Mr. Mangot, I want to tell us we are not independent. I mean, we are going there. That's Africa. This is Africa. We will reach there. Give us time. All right,
You
change
cannot
the
reach there.
attitude. Carolinians must change the attitude so we reach there where we are going. Rome
Mr.
was
Gabo,
not built in a day. If you follow the
Mr.
aims
Gabo,
and objectives, the principles and the principles of Madabio in the government of Madabio, trust me, we will reach there.
Mr. Gabo,
Yeah,
you're not going able to reach which side they go if you not take the first step. The
exactly.
way we go able to reach which side we want for go, now when we change we attitude. We biggest problems, now we attitude. We
That's
behavior,
exactly what I said.
it destroy the progress of that country. Deal. When
Yeah,
somebody didn't that power, we not to in your not to from your own party or not to from your own tribe or not to from your own region, and they undermine them for make you fail.
yeah, that's what I
That's
said.
not the
Yeah,
attitude. The attitude need to change. And that the reason this way, some of we adamant for come every week for can educate people them. Some people then feel say now waste with time. No, we'll not waste with time. Information it they drip into the minds of people small, small.
yeah.
Like what will they talk
Mr.
so
Manson, yeah. Just see what happened for the past 6 years. People are sponsoring Maricos. Where are we today? What have we gained from it? We go to the wrong things. They sponsor Malukas, politicians sponsor Malukas, the whole country for 6 good years. Up to date. It's raining. No changes. Nowhere. We don't go nowhere. What will it bring? Let us embark on agriculture. Let us embark on things that are important that will enhance the development of the country. All those monies they were putting to sponsor these guys to cost money, cost those bloggers to do this to sponsor them. If they take those individuals, they go and cultivate a land, they would have reaped some profits and other people will eat from there. Now, what do they leave for us? Enmity, you know. That one hit that one because that one they cause some, that one they do and this. That's all it brings. It's division.
Uh,
We go for the negative thing as a country.
yeah. We need for change with attitude. Very, very important. All right, Christopher Yankasi, the plane has an unscheduled landing. That was why it was impounded by the security personnel. And also, Doc, the military does not disclose all its capability to the public. There's no need for disclose capability. A radar, not a thing where you they keep, they keep radar. The question where I've been asked, we're now waiting at the tools that we'll get for monitor we have space. We don't get none. This is not a fact. We get Air Force, but we not get planes. So why we call our Air Force? We get how they call our Navy, but we not get ships. Why we call our Navy? Huh? Why we call our Navy? Why we not just call our military? That's all. But we get Air Force, we get Navy, we get how they call them
Marine.
land soldiers or whatever troops.
The
Even
name
this,
is the Marine. Okay.
hey, doctor,
Yeah.
doctor, you look great. But
How for those?
Yeah.
you look
He
great.
looks fabulous. Yeah.
Long time. I know
That's
they
the
come, I
game.
can peep. I can come and they peep, but I know they see nobody. I go back.
Oh, yeah,
Hmm.
every week we did. All right.
I
So
know.
cannot we say why is foreigners running the airport? That should be the question. Giving up our sovereignty in the name of development, just nonsense. Michael Coker say, if you want for coming, just come in. So I no need to ask you. We dey pan the comments now.
Oh no, me I they go back in the bush. I they plant casada.
That's good. You see what I was saying, Mr. Manchester? You see
I
what
want
the
make
name is
Gary.
from?
Na Gary I want make the people many people there then get chop.
Yeah,
That's
very good.
me.
That's my own contribution. If other
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
person,
that's a
if
good
other
one.
person able to produce how them call that rest, the other person produce beans, the other
Cassava.
person produce other pepper, yabas and all them things, and they were able to eat what they produce.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Two years
And
ago, now rest have been produced. This year, now 100 acre casada. Moku make Gary. That's
Hey,
all.
hey, good job, Mr. Dr. Kamara. Good job.
Look me, man. That's all.
Yeah, I think. I miss you.
I miss you too. Yes.
How you doing?
Michael Coker say, Mankota, do we have Air Force? Yes, we have Air Force. We get Air Force. Air Force. I don't know why you don't know about that. I not say what you make you don't know because there is no plane.
Yes, we'll get here first. Na helicopter. Helicopter.
Mr. Manchester, we have an airport. Let the trouble come. When it come,
we,
they
we,
know how to do it.
we fly with Rian.
Mr.
Yeah,
Manchester,
get Air Force actually.
you never teaching us. You never teaching us alone. They never go putting us classroom. Wake up now. What do they use? What else? So they use Kasada. That's all they brand. So when the children still learn, we're gonna reach there.
All right. Ablai Kuruma say, where is the aircraft coming from? I know planes do emergency landing like the one at Hastings Airfield. Yeah, well, if not an emergency landing, we forbid don't know or the official forbid don't say this plane na emergency landing, but it doesn't seem like that. We don't know yet, but I don't think it's an emergency landing. So until the investigation they go on, so let's wait and see.
But what constitutes an emergency landing? It's like more so when they are short of fuel or maybe mechanical problem. Those are the major things that will cause a flight to land.
Yeah, but
Imagine
yeah,
in an emergency situation.
then they communicate with the control tower, and the control tower they
Exactly.
get the approval for land. Like
Exactly.
the emergency code.
So you get powder.
Exactly.
You get so you get that powder.
So,
I mean, I'm not saying a powder I get. A powder is not plane.
and that powder where they see so. When they ready for you, no way. Any airport where them designate that powder, it is good. You don't
Yeah.
care whether we see it. Because the Americans they see them, the British they see them, they all have their things, but they it is good because now
No,
business.
not to that one day, not to that one day, I mean, no, that powder, when they go put in a stadium for build the track
Either
then.
either one, Dr. Kamara, either one.
Ah,
One on the powder.
Powder,
but not to say, Kush is a serious problem
yeah.
in the land. And up
Oh
to
God.
today, the government has failed. They have put more resources into the Tripartite Commission than fighting Kush. Where is the Ministry of Health? Michael Koga say, Doctor, I already say, na APC then drug consignments the plane bring. Then they fend money for the election, for the electoral justice, whatever.
Mankota, I can't go because they talk about one thing, yeah, where you say tripartite, but this, they not call them tripartite. They call and say, I want to get a
How
new
do
name.
I get
I want to
yeah,
get a new name, if you allow me.
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
Na, na tight party. Not,
I don't know how to call it. That's appetite.
oh
Hi.
God.
Konotri say, Mr. Gabo, the current government is responsible for the security of the land. The president's oath is to defend and protect the country. You must stop at looking at our sovereignty from a partisan lens. Ablak Urma say the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency is busy monitoring these aircraft coming from South America using West Africa as a conduit for drug trafficking because of the proximity and porous borders.
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me come in. Their drug business here, they're so powerful. You can imagine when Afghanistan, the war be the rage day with America. Now then they pull the cocaine, they bring and come to Washington. Can you imagine? So what you get Nasalu for able stop for bring anything Nasalu. The war where they in Afghanistan, in the middle of the war, now they then they smuggle from Kabul, cocaine and heroin, bring and come to Washington. They are powerful. Lots of feke people and lots of feke people and they deal with that. The only thing it is too sympathetic because and they feel say no more this kush and other things and now small picking in the user. Big man they accept in the user. And then they cannot
Yeah, oh
they
yeah.
dilute them, they spread them. It is already a malignant cancer. They don't spread also, even at the remotest village, people in the take kush.
Yeah.
May God help we.
I,
We just get for fetam
I,
and
I just tell you about 3 days, 4 days ago, one of my nephew he died because of Kush. That's alone.
oh yes. Mhm. The problem we don't know the real concoction of them see how then they mix. And outside is so food then they come out. And then they rotten. Because if you look at the pathophysiology, what I mean, how the disease they construct it make them in a day. It definitely has to do with necrosis. And what thing will bring the necrosis? That is tissue death. It means say the blood supply to the flesh now you don't constrict and it cut off. So any side whose side blood supply not they go, oxygen not they go there, food not they go there, so they rotten.
Mhm.
So this is one thing then get for I mean the analyze of course we'll get we pathologists in the country there. But Moku not go into that one day. Wouldn't not the people them where they bring them, now then the cause now they get for trace. And that is so difficult. So difficult.
Ah.
Because if a policeman they smoke drug, they take that one day, then instead of they sell the thing na prison. They don't involve. The policeman, of course, they get a link. Somebody gets a link, a friend has a friend. It's very, very difficult. So we have to put all hands on deck. And one thing why I see we are happy, they get for ban cigarette smoking to start with. in public.
I think they already did though.
Yeah, because before person smoke hashish or jamba, if you don't smoke cigarette, and that act of smoking also, if they don't see you they smoke, may they not rent you house. Any house where you go, they don't see you not smoke man, may they not rent you. That one they now two other mechanisms than that. Anybody where they smoke cigarettes, may they not employ any serious job. Them penalties here then go help or make people them left. Because cigarette smoking is more even dangerous than heroin. Because it gets over 110 chemicals a way they put together. Now it makes cigarettes very addictive. People they don't know. They feel say no more. Oh, this not cigarette. You don't get nothing for do. A lie. It's very addictive.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Dauda say, can we afford a fighter jet for our? Are the enemy said? It's an Nami Wangle the enemy said like echo.
no. Myself they had myself.
You hear yourself? All right, hold on. La mute Naba. Yeah. Okay. La open one by one. All right. Okay, Mr. Kabo, I open you. I hear myself. La, I lock you. I open. Okay. Hello, Mr. Kabo, now you. Yeah, I don't know. It's like say. It's like say you they listen to other
Device.
yeah. It looks like you are listening to some yeah. Now you side.
You don't stop.
No, you not stop at all.
Yeah, I just switched my earpiece. The one was going dead, and I switched it over.
Or you switch.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, I switched the earpiece.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I think so. It sounds like the other earpiece is still on.
It's still on, right?
Yeah. So put another way they call the box.
Yeah, that's what I did. I have to take it.
Hello, test the mic. Yeah, I did still there. But until you know they talk it, I go mute you first. Yeah. All right. Peter Dauda say, can we afford fighter jets for our Air Force to monitor and protect our airspace? No, we may not afford a jet for monitor with space. What are the time for talk is? If we're able to get a radar, I like na them old radar self where the Soviet Union been get way na next to nothing now. Sometimes they get at them 2 million or even less. We buy them, we buy 2, 3, 4, we install on the point of entry for make sure say we control mostly we not they expect say somebody they come up with a jet for can bomb him, but some of them here where they cancel, then civilian planes here where they cancel, we don't know what they bring come. So it's very important that we get them monitoring systems. Then they, we able for afford them. If we able for afford, if we they try for make $1 billion for go build a bridge, where not to an emergency, So why would not they try for at least there are so many cheap equipment nowadays? You know, people electricity. A jet self, you they get a jet for $5 million right now. $5 million, you able to get a jet. You're not going to be sophisticated like the new jet. Yeah, well, if you look at Nigeria, most of the jets we then get now, we call them Alpha jets. Alpha jets now, then Soviet Union jets them. Now they still get. So you see, we able to forget at least. Oh, Mr. Gabon, okay, yeah, go back and come back, Mr. Gabon. We able for able Biden today. But first of all, we not even take with security seriously. The only time when we take with security serious now when a protest day. Now we young people them we feel saying a threat to we. Okay, Mr. Gabon, I think you don't know. What they call them. You see, that's what the thing what they try to talk about. We able for do them. We able for do them, definitely. Okay. All right, let's go to Konotri. Konotri say the president spent about $5 million in the last 6 months with 15 trips. That is $5 million could have built all the schools in Kono. Michael Kuka said, Doctor, we need to stop all this propaganda about presidential travel. Most of his travel are statutory obligations. He does not receive per diem at all. I'm not saying the president not for travel. If I say that, then I'm not fair to the president. But there are certain travel where it not make no sense. They help the country at all. Even in foreign ministers, SF acknowledge say there are certain travels where not to statutory travels. So if you say you did an economic decline, you use what we call by economy. Mr. Gabo, tell me about how they call that? Scale of preference, right?
Scale of preference. Scale of preference.
That's not the point what they try to talk about. If you get for go spend $100,000 by a travel way, you not even need for day. Save that travel they put time so that then we're able to use that money for other stuff them. That's so economists and then they do, So Konotri say at Peter, we can use drones to protect. Yeah, thank you very much, Konotri. You actually keep up with technology. You bring a very good point. Now we get drones them where they fly 24 hours for monitor everything. In fact, it better pass jet safe because then drones and they then get cameras where then go able to feed in live from Musa then they to the station. So some of them drones and they now $50,000. So even less. They get a drone for $50,000 or less, where they able then at the sky for 24 hours or even more. So it is no longer about the money. It's about the will. Are we willing to actually protect our country? Are we? If you spend $1 million for buy 10 or even more drones, then train officers them how to use them drone just for monitor the borders and other stuff them. It better.
Anyway,
So thank you
I
very
feel
much.
say Salone as a whole, it will be difficult for monitor because if you look at it, the length and breadth of it, it's nearly 300 by 400 miles.
Yeah.
We go across 300, you don't go to the next country.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it's like you are coming from Virginia to New York.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, that one day, I don't feel say it will cost too much, just like what you say, for able to do that one day. But I don't know what's in the security apparatus of the country will for monitor. But it is necessary because even if you look no more, even them bridges here way in America, I know they compare America, with Sierra Leone. But you find out for say every bridge, major bridge, they get military for protector, surface to air missile. Because if they bomb one bridge, then done away with them. They bring the country backward. So these now some of the things that we have to say, therefore put more emphasis on the security, the national security, for be alert, for able for protect the country. But talking about, what about the land where people and they smuggle across the borders then to neighboring countries then? Then they say now, as you say, they say they catch one motocar where they come out from Sierra Leone for go Liberia, full of drugs. Well, that was good. They're able for make them. But what about the borders, the boundaries, the way that motocar go down, cross, say they go to Liberia. So internally, we are weak, even not even talking of air security, even the land security, we are weak. So there is a lot of condoning going on about protecting, smuggling, because all down in a smuggle business now.
All right, so let's move on and go to Peter. Peter said maybe we should include restriction on air flights for our president in the Sierra Leone. And Abdullah Kumar said he held a meeting with the IMF managing director, Kristalina Georgieva, about the extended credit facility for Sierra Leone. And I'd like to now say, for the last 50 years, Sierra Leone economy has been in dire straits. We've always been in budget deficit. I agree with you. And cannot you say IMF wants us to go to austerity? 2 months. Why not use our goal for our reserves? Now, very good point. The thing here is when we use gold, it's more guarantee. When you use dollar, it's not guarantee at all. It's not guarantee. So I don't know. We have a problem where we're able to fix it, but this problem don't linger for a very long time. You know, or not to say we should charge tax on foreign minerals looting our land based on their international sales. We should charge the way we talk to them. We should change the way we talk to them, tax them based on sales internationally. This is what we're supposed to be doing, but instead, now we them can't give you no more. I say, bra, now for all this, so now this amount will get, but say the expenditure, so all this wire, then we all if you like say, na give and they can't give you. It's very, very sad. All right, Peter Dauda say, is our president among the highest paid heads of states in the world? Nope, it's not. Ablai Abu Bakar Kalong say, brilliant narratives. Michael Coker, both SLPP and the APC are responsible for the mining exploitation. BO came in and tried to fix it, but he didn't succeed because of the expensive litigations. Ablai Kurma say, since independence, all the governments failed to start property tax. The country cannot generate revenue merely with mineral taxes. Every property owners should pay tax for their homes and lands. Well, not so we get the lands. So I think the problem is the lands are not owned by the government. Lands are owned by individuals alone. So how they go pay tax for me on land? In America, the land is not owned by anybody but the government. So they pay tax on that land there. You see? I cannot say they play both parties for their interests. Wake up, Sierra Leone. The so-called democracy is a scam on our land in order to play us against each other while they loot the land. Cannot you say at Koroma, I politely disagree. The Lebanese and no consider foreign entities, and they get away with all the diamond smuggling for over 100 years. Forensic companies are taxed in a low rate to attract themselves. All right. Well, we got 5 minutes. I'm not going to be able to read a lot of comments and don't come, so I'm not going to be able to read all. I will try to read some of them within the next 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. All right. 12 minutes actually. Then we don't do now 148. Mr. We not hear you. You mean okay.
I think say would they waste time? Well, would they just talk about minerals all the time? What do we produce as a nation? Apart from the palm oil, would they export, then gari, the other thing and the what do we really own? Then company they all they don't own 90% of the things them we really matter. We iron ore, we rutile, we gold. We own nothing. Somebody they say we go do better. What are we going to do better with? Then therefore revamp, I feel say the economics sector in Sierra Leone are for really produce something, export them. By now, I think say if we're able for produce even iron rods. You want to buy iron rods today for bill, you're not able to do them.
Because
By now, if we're able to produce a motor car,
yeah,
in Sierra Leone, would they think of that thing and this is the 21st century. Why all the time we just say, oh, minerals, what we not they see? We not they see the minerals.
Mr. Kamala, I think the iron rods project is going on. I think the factory is in the build, and I think soon they will complete that. The iron rod,
Oh well,
Uh,
that's fine.
uh,
Well, that's good. Well,
uh,
I hope say they
iron
go
rod
make nail
factory.
them back. May they make nail because nail
Yeah,
to the there.
both of them. Nail, I even believe so. They will even produce zinc, nails, iron rod, most metals that are used for
Well, then we don't forget
building
problem for
material.
build bridge. Therefore, they able to build all bridges the way they broke around the country. All them thing,
The factory completion is almost getting closer.
you know, you see, it's, okay,
I think you think like my you don't think APC, you think SLPP, Dr. Kamara.
yeah.
So you have to. I think the president will be here, or is already here. So you are invited to New York on Wednesday. So you can, because you have the same ideas with almost. I mean,
Yeah, if I
that's
get
a good
chance,
one.
if I get chance, I can usually attend the in town hall meeting them. We're very
Yeah,
important also because it can
yeah,
contribute. But I'm just saying we are very good at making these hypotheses, theories, and other things.
yeah.
But the
We are very good at
practicality,
production. We talk about producing, which I think is one of the five main agenda programs of the president.
honestly,
Mhm.
You know,
yes,
this particular 5 years. So it's
and
very
Mm.
good. Yeah.
Mr. Kabu
Yeah.
Yes, please.
advocates for our people to own the mines of our lands. We should not permit any foreign entity to run our mining resources. Let us come together on this. It will benefit us.
That's correct.
Michael, what
We can do that.
give us an example of the bad mining contracts that BO signed? Yeah, one of the mining contract that BO renew. Now, one of the Chinese mining company where they mine gold na Pampana River, Maboroka, Maboroka, and Maboroka Komoto. So what they tell you, so I know what they talk about. Maboroka, one of that then Chinese then where they mine their gold right here then they right now, then don't pollute the water, and that water they not only affects Pampana River. Now it don't affect Taya River because Taya River and Pampana River they merge. So because Pampana River they up, when then they mine the gold, then they wash the gravel now the river, that dot today, they candle. Now the entire Pampana River and Taya River not drinkable again. The water not drinkable. And the time when will be they grow up, now they will be the wash, now they will they get water, now been blue water they very, very nice water, very, very nice river. Today is not drinkable. So I know what they talk about, okay, Mr. Michael.
Anyway, when you talk about pollution, let us just forget about it. This gold mining, it don't affect every sector outside in the mine gold
Yeah.
because then they use mercury. Mercury, of course, the toxicity is very high per fish. Fish, they are not again freshwater fish, you know, they get them.
Yep.
Then now other loss who don't loss per incident.
And now
And this has been there. This has been there for the longest time.
the government's not responsible for this because now they give license for them, then they for happen.
Well, to be fair, I mean it's not only President Bio, but
No,
this has been there ever since from the previous governments themselves.
I know. I
They're
say
not protect the nation at all
all
when
the
it comes to toxicity.
all the government as alone are enemies for the people them because
Yeah,
they never things the way they benefit the people them. Whether I talk
uh,
about
it's,
your SLPP, now the same thing. You know.
it's not only air toxicity we they talk about. Now we have air pollution. We don't add up to global warming. Where of course it don't come to a lot of things. There deforestation. Where they get torrential rains, flooding, and mudslides and other things. Them. I mean, the whole thing is just an array of misguided actions. Them where they go on now in country.
All right, let me just
We
waiting this lady Magdalene Masaboy make quickly then would they continue. I am exhausted from constantly hearing about all the things that are going wrong in Sierra Leone. It is clear that this is not a productive agenda. it is evident that citizens are not willing to follow regulation due to corruption in parties and politics. Instead of coming together as a nation to invest in our country and make positive changes, people prefer to complain and criticize. We are aware of the shortcomings of our politicians, and it is time for us to unite as a nation and prioritize. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree with her. I agree with this lady. I mean, yeah, in as much as they point out things, them, we for come out with solutions. And most of these solutions, of course, it can be from the nations, I mean, the nationals, the citizens, them. But by and large extent, the government get the heavy hand for able to do that, for bring it together.
Yeah.
And of course, the two parties, them, or whatever parties, them, within, if not two or three or four, now the parliament, therefore agree for the benefit of the nation. But each one they go there just for full up in pockets.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the
And
case.
unfortunately, this is it. She's right. We
But
don't point all the things here. Now we need solutions. What are the solutions? Me and you and the government get to agree to disagree and go on. Now,
government.
hunger day. I will go wait no more tete pass we go import rice.
All right. Okay, we are almost running out of time. Gombi Musa Tanyaya say, are you guys really serious? Because you can't be trivializing the despicable status of our country, and you want us to believe that it is a serious issue.
Well,
All
I
right.
can tell you for say, I mean, I don't want to see me myself syndrome. I'm serious about it. Me, a medical doctor, I dey build a clinic, 3-story building. I dey go na farm, I dey go make casada, I dey go make this for people them. I dey empower people them. I dey build schools. I know they ask government. Where picking and they go there, they sit common entrance. These are the solutions we are talking about. We are
All right.
not trivializing something like that.
It
It is
is
you, me, and everybody.
it
All
is
the nothing talk we don't area from everybody. Social media, this one, not to institutions them. We get for build strong institutions.
yeah.
We get for invest personally and the private industry. We get for there's no private industry or no private something within the country. Past the
Yeah.
Lebanese and the Chinese and the other people within the camp.
Because just
Yeah.
like in John F. Kennedy saying, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what's
What you can do for your country.
for your country.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
they pay for picking them at school and commerce and thing and they. I swear to God, I don't ever see them. They hit me on Facebook. Yeah, but I do it.
All right. Michael Koga said the iron rod factory is in Sungu. It will soon be completed. Amen to that. Hopefully, we go able for do them. Hopefully, because if we get factories, then we they use we own raw minerals for produce. It puts down the prices considerably. But you know how much how them call that iron rod? Wait now, I think 40, 42. Then get a package 42.
Yeah,
About
Mr. Mankata, added to that iron rod issue, not necessarily being able to produce it, but also it will reduce the casualties of the houses they for them because the content of those iron rods, whether they bring abroad or somewhere in Guinea, Nigeria, or anywhere in the world, they're not that much, they don't reach the quality of the former iron rod they will be used before. You understand? Now, one iron rod, one or two people in the whole and then burn am. In those days, that iron rod, they not even burn herself. Anybody when can, they just kick them out.
Mr.
But
Kago, this
now,
now,
that
Mr.
iron,
Kago,
yeah, I'm
Mr.
coming.
Kago,
That
this
iron rod,
sorry,
I'm sorry, that
this now
iron rod, whether
engineering,
they bring
this
now,
now engineering
right,
process. Let them
right.
establish a steel industry. Then they go
That's
able to
what,
grade them
that's
according
what they are
to
doing now.
something.
Mhm.
This
Right,
is the institutions we say therefore make. We get engineers them. You know,
right.
we get a tensile strength of material where they know say this
That,
na copper, this na
That are one
iron,
of the
this na
reasons that are
plenty.
one of the reasons where everybody will talk
You know,
about the materials there, whether they bring now, whether they do the constructions of houses in a salon, they're not sufficient, they're not that be sophisticated. You know, the
uh,
content is not as much
you know
as it used to be.
what media advocates for us? which are the advocates now. It's very good for make them kind of factories and they because that means we are taking control of real resources.
Yeah.
But the first thing where I want for let we do would that sign that clause where say the iron ore where then they pull na Tonkolele and Lunsar. They're not for Wasa na Tonkolele and Lunsar. Then they just put on pan train, then go put on pan ship, then carry and go. That needs to stop.
Of course. Yeah.
Stop.
It's not only iron ore in that something. We have copper. We have other material. We na gang. We na silica. They other thing them. Then thing and the material they're very useful. You know.
When they ship the iron ore, we just talk about iron ore. A lot of minerals are carried along with them. You don't know, they go separate them. Yeah.
We need for was them dirty then they na salon. We know what's in the common na salon. Then we're able for charge the right tax for them. We then call them day. But if we not do them, no problem.
And also when they make the country, it becomes sterile because that mud where they take go all the thing and they get some bacteria them where they add to the nourishment of the country. So when they don't creep all that when they go, that place they become sterile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
Biologically, we're depriving ourselves.
Yeah, Dr. Mangota, you don't understand, say, the country is keeping alive. I know the guy they mentioned, say, no, not talk about this politics. Now, I'm showing you that the country, the present government, to get a lot full of things there for this country, for developer. As soon as they talk, say, let them stop for to carry out the iron or outside and bring it in and done now the country. If the people of Sudan they give chance, them politicians they give chance to that could be done. Because let's say America also mineral in those days, they get a contract signed as alone. If the Madam will try for make to change that contract, they pull another hand, the opposition will come in and begin for alarm about that. So and then those white people, those rich people will come in their aid, thereby to get this president out. So the politics play a good number of things the way they make the country not develop because of the propaganda, because of the politics, and people want to come to power. So even if you want to do a good job, you cannot do it because sometimes it will cost you a job. So
Well, well, now the word that so, ladies and gentlemen, we get a long way to go, but like what they tell us so, probably when I say go away, I say this is the problem we will get now with country as a nation. Number one, then they exploit we to the extent that not to this generation and they can destroy, then they destroy 10 generation ahead of we.
Yet unborn.
Yet unborn.
yep.
So, therefore, that we all come together. Let politics not try for divide because one of the main thing about politics is for divide people them, and we start division day, progress not go day. I think the misunderstanding what people can get when they say multi-party democracy, then just we say it means enmity because being a APC, you na SLPP, so we know they seen at the same side. If na media na power, instead of you can't help me for make who push the country go before, you do undermine me for make I able fall down. The same thing if the SLPP na then na power, me go try for undermine the SLPP within a power so that let we fall down. This is not going to
You see, the problem now, Makota, who people them who ask for talk to them because now we they vote some of them people they are not so for say one person get PhD or person gets MD. Now you they take and you go put them. Some person they not sabi play football self for big captain or class prefect. It not sabi what's in administration. What you don't do before you say I want country map for Epuna. You not do nothing. Now you don't tongue who say they. But because it's sometimes you don't deny, you don't go mortgage in house, you don't go sell them, it come with a few thousands, you go bribe the flag bearer. Now that money they take going to parliament. Then when it come, it care two hoots about the people. Now plus the way they with the people there from the grassroots. I used to use the word grassroots, but with the people that we don't see thick and thin with them, neither for the put. You like you know Sabi book. The 10 world people that not be Sabi book, will they enjoy the country? Now, what we don't Sabi book, it's like we are thieves. It's like they pay for we for make who can be thieves. What is the essence of education then? The education don't mean nothing because we not bring benefit to we country then.
Well, it's been a pleasure for today, and I want to thank Honorable Mr. Kabo, uh, the one and only doctor, medical doctor in the house, Mr. Dr. Kamara. It's been a pleasure. And I also want to thank we viewers them because we viewers them that they contribute towards this program so much. The comments they put in, it educates a lot of people them. And not to this the one the way they watch this live broadcast no more. Because this live broadcast get for the other people that they get for watch and later, then we're able to learn also the differences between we and other platforms them. We are here to educate and we are also here to learn. It's not always about partisan politics, you bad, me good, you good, me bad. That's not the care of the country. This is platform is always a bridge for make sure say I understand your own point of view, you understand your own point of view. We sit on a table, how we go able to bring all them points of view then they so that we'll get the best idea for push the country go before. That is the purpose of this platform. So I want to thank you now for do you want to share this program because it's very important. Probably, and I may be wrong, but probably this is the only program where unique to some of them style of broadcasting here. The only program you go to other platforms that is all about partisan politics. Share other people them. So all about that. So they come and say, okay, now XYZ we supposed to do as a country for go before. Then go tell you say the APC now a bunch of illiterate criminal people there, the SLPP, a bunch of corrupt and whatever they want for describe them. It's all about that. Well, yes, we can say that thing once in a while, but for not in emphasis. Our emphasis is okay. You make a what you do so now wrong thing. Then we give you the solution. Say now this now you're supposed to do. Next time, try this. This is what we do in our own broadcast. So I want to thank you very much, Mr. Gabo. Thank you very much, and Mr. Dr. Kamara. Thank you very much. We'll go see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Good night.